Hello, this is Beverly. Welcome to my channel, Miles and Coffee, where we talk about some of my adventures here in Mexico. And thank you for joining me for a walk and talk. The best way to support the channel is a thumbs up, and if you feel so inclined, leave a comment. Let's get started with some of the popular places to visit when you are in Oaxaca de Juarez. And these are great places as you're walking and taking photos. And at the time of this video, it is Holy Week. Let's start in colorful Barrio Jalatlaco. Jalatlaco is a favorite tourist area because all of the buildings are colorful. And as you can see, for Holy Week, even the street has been decorated. You can see the temple here where people are gathering for services. It's decorated as well. And the street decorations are actually small rocks that are positioned in a way that they create this wonderful, colorful palette of flowers. You can also see outside this temple that they are setting up the flowers, the candles, and the cross. And there's even another wonderful piece of art depicting Mary and Jesus. Again, you looking at the street, this gives a new meaning to the term street art because you can't tell, but these are individual, small, tiny, colored rocks that have been assembled in a way that it makes a banner all the way down the street. And it's absolutely beautiful. And people are just out with their families. There are some tourists as well. This is the popular tourist season, so everyone is glad to take a photo op, if you will. In the distance, you can see that this is mid-afternoon, approaching the evening. It's cooler. I think on this particular day it might have been 85, but it was cooler in the evening. And there you can see that little plaque at the end, again in rocks, indicating Jalatlaco, Oaxaca, 2025 for Primavera during Semana Santa. Absolutely beautiful. If you peruse this area, you'll notice that there are many shops for souvenirs. There's even an organic market. And probably the most iconic thing about Jalatlaco is all of the colorful street art, buildings, and you can see also the wonderful trees. So if you choose to walk through here, take your time, maybe take in a dinner on one of the rooftop cafes, and enjoy the scenery because there's so much artwork on the walls, and in this particular week on the street as well. As we continue along the avenue, now we are approaching Llano Park, where locals hang out with their families, and it's very popular to just sit under a tree and have a snack. There are various street vendors of all kinds. You can see that there are plenty of benches for sitting and just people watching or grabbing a snack or catching up your breath. And as you stroll along Llano Park, you can just relax, have an ice cream, and take a cool breeze in the evening. If you hang around in the evening, there's always something to do. Many people come out with their families and ride their bikes or walk when it's cooler in the evening, especially during April and May and June, which are the hottest months of the year. But you want to just take your time and enjoy the scenery, take in the ambiance. And you can see in the distance here, we're approaching a statue dedicated to Benito Juarez, who was a one-time president of Mexico, but he's also a native of Oaxaca. He is the native son. So you will see streets named after him everywhere in Mexico, but especially in Oaxaca, you will see various statues and busts and museum artifacts that are dedicated to Benito Juarez. And that is his statue in the center of this park called El Llano. You can see the mountains in the distance, and don't be surprised because um, Oaxaca de Juarez, better known as Oaxaca City, is surrounded by mountains. So it is in a region that is actually in the center. It's like, in the valley of all of these mountains, which are in the distance, which some people do live in the mountains. As we walk along Reforma Street, you'll get to this point, which is near the Botanical Gardens, which is that building there, where if you can take a tour and continue along until you arrive at Templo de Santo Domingo Templo de Santo Domingo de Guzman. Again, it's Holy Week, so you'll see a lot of vendors with their wares, souvenirs, clothing, traditional clothing, which is handmade, excellent, by the way. Or maybe you just want to stop into bakery and pick up some sweet treats. But yeah, during the holidays and festivals, it's great to visit these local vendors and just to see what they have to offer. And sometimes you might even get to haggle a little bit. Again, more colorful buildings along the street. You can see the temple in the distance. And just enjoying the sights, decorations, and the vendors. So I'll let you just listen to the local sounds.
¿Tú la conoces primero que yo?
Tú la vas a conocer más tiempo que yo.
No, igual.
This temple is right in the heart of downtown, and you usually get there via Alcalala, Macedonia, which is the walkway created for it's called the tourist walkway, by the way, and it's a great tourist attraction because there are tours of this wonderful temple in the evening. So in the distance, you can see people lining up right outside the temple to take the evening tour. I believe the tours of that temple start at 6 p.m. You can take one that is guided, but I think the 6 p.m. tour is self-guided. And then here's a better shot of what it looks like in its full glory in the sun. Thank you for joining me today. Wishing you and your family a happy Easter and Feliz Semana Santa. Until next time on Miles and Coffee.